Hey YouTube, how you guys doing today? Kevin here coming back at you with another video. Hopefully everybody is doing absolutely awesome today. So we're going to be working on the kv75, but before I do anything, I just want to say a special thanks and a rest in peace to a friend of ours, has helped us all on our projects, John Haynes. He had passed away. He is the writer of these books, the photographer. He's done it all, guys. He's helped us out with all of our projects, all of our motorcycles, all of our cars, our pickup trucks, everything. I mean, I have a stack of his manuals for the projects that I work on. I do use other manuals as well, but it was John Haynes who I got my first manual from. So I just wanted a big shout out to him. May you rest in peace, brother. And thank you for all your years of service to us motorheads, wrench wizards, and electrical gods. So thank you. If it wasn't for you, there wouldn't be an us. We'd be bringing it to our mechanics because we wouldn't have the knowledge to do this and the confidence to do it on our own. So special thank you, John. May you rest in peace. Okay, so this video today, we're going to be looking at parts and pieces and comparisons. And I have, no, you saw the Pepsi box right there. Pepsi box. No, Pepsi box. What's in the Pepsi box, guys, huh? We got a little bit of show and tell stuff to go. So I got some parts and pieces. That's an empty bag right there that I already took the stuff out of. And that's some literature I needed. So, that's for after the fact. I'll show you that after. I got this in today. Cool. This is fuel line, guys. Kawasaki green fuel line. Pretty cool. Headlight clips. That's the screwdriver I put in the box. Exhaust, baffle, and spark arrestor. Headlight. And tail light assembly. A friend of mine hooked me up, and I just want to say a special thank you. Thank you, bud. I really, really appreciate the stuff. It's awesome. And, well, we're going to get crack-a-lacking. So we got some fun projects right here to do. We're going to put some of the stuff on the bike and see how it fits and go from there. So we have some stuff to do today, guys. And we're going to do a comparison. I'm going to show you guys a couple of these things are really close. Not no cigar, but they're very close. And we're going to start into comparison first before we get started. So I mentioned a lot of parts from the G3 90cc will fit this bike. And I absolutely meant that. All right. Now, the G3 is a full-size, like the KE100, but it's a 90cc. It is a regular street bike, you know, directionals, everything. It's a lot taller than this. But it has a lot of the same stuff on it. Or not same, but very, very close. Now, let's get into that whole mess, okay? So we're looking at the headlight bucket, and I got this headlight bucket, was it last week or something that came in? I don't remember when it came in, but I got the headlight bucket. All right, and so I'm gonna put you guys in the stand. It's a lot easier than flipping you guys around. Let's get you guys in the stand here. All right, cut angle you towards the camera. And we'll go up a little bit. There we go. Okay. So the headlight bucket that's on here is the actual MT1 kv75 headlight assembly. Okay. With that said, put that there so the title move. Okay. All right. So with that said, I'm going to show you guys an alternative if you can't find this headlight assembly. This headlight assembly is very expensive. This is the G3. It'll fit right in its place. Okay? Now there's a few differences on the G3 headlight. And I'm going to take this apart and I'm going to show you guys real quick. When you guys take the back of the G3 headlight off the bucket, okay, it has a spring, it has an adjuster on this side over here, and this is so you can adjust the bulb in and out. The kv75 and the MT1 does not have this setup. Okay, it is basically the bulb goes in there, it's clipped in on the back side in 3 different spaces, and it is only adjustable up and down. This one is adjustable left and right and up and down. This bezel will not fit on that headlight. Okay, it's the same diameter, but the mounting screw for it, there's one on the G3, it's on the right side of the bike. And on the kv75 MT1, it's on the left side. Okay, so it's on the opposite side. Other than that, the headlight bucket's the same. The holes in the back are in the same spot, just that the kv75 has a smaller upper hole than the back of the G3. So the holes are in the same place. One dead smack in the bottom, and then the one up in the top. So they are basically the same, a little different. And if you wanted to use the grommet into the bottom of your other one, you can, which is what I'm going to do. And another thing is they have this type of socket with the same color code, as your bike has, factory. Just it's on a pigtail that plugs into your bulb. The kv75 bulb has a light fixture that goes in and pops out, and then the light bulb sits in the back there like that. So this right here goes in like so, and then turns and pops in. So the light bulb comes out of this one. It does not come out of that one, but you can see how they look. They are very close. I mean, they are the same. Okay, same headlight. Okay, just that this one has a replaceable bulb. This one, the whole thing is a bulb. Alright, so that is pretty darn cool. Alright, so that's going to go in that one. So we're going to put this headlight in, and I'm going to pause you guys. I'm going to pull the bezel off real quick. I'll do that with you guys on there to talk. So what we're going to do with this bike is we're going to get all the parts and pieces for it, get it all assembled, and then rip it apart and then replace everything that we have to replace in it. So we got the bezel right here. Just the bezel. That hole right there is the very bottom of the hole. And there's a hole at the bottom here, they match up. Alright, so this headlight right here, this is the new one. It should have some writing on it. Yep. And it will say top right on the glass bulb. So we're going to put that in with the top. Actually, I'm going to get you guys down over here. Let's see if we can angle you down. Well, I'm going to be working right about here. Okay, good. Alright. I'll put that on the plastic. And there's a little bag with some clips. Here they are. The clips. There are 3 clips, just like on the KE100 bulbs, but these are a little differently shaped. And these clips hold the light bulb into place. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this set into place here to where I want it. Top right there. And we're going to rotate that around. There's also, on the bottom of the glass, there's a little piece that sticks out bottom down there. And you'll notice on the bezel there's a little notch right there. That just fits in and it locks in place. So it goes like this. It rotates. And it locks up right there. Yep, locks right in. So then you know you're in the right position. Okay. Then after you get in the right position, okay, you're going to put your clips in. The clips are a little bit of a pain to get in. If you can get them in on the first try, that's pretty darn good. Okay. And they fit in just like so, up top there. Doesn't really matter which way, which direction you put them into, by the way. As long as you put them in 3 points. Alright. Like so. Right there, and they wind them in. I'm doing them in 3 points. Okay, so I'm gonna do. I put the other 2 in. You can see how they're in. This little tab right here has to go off the edge of the light. So you set them in like that. Put one in, and see how it sits right in there? Just on the edge, because that keeps it centered. And then you have one up, and then you just fold it right in, like that, so it snaps in, and that's how it should properly look. So it's resting on the outer ring of the headlight right there, the outer ring, and on the base of the light. It's nice and flat. Now my light is locked in on the pin down bottom, right there, and this headlight is ready to be installed. And that right there is literally what it looks like. Now, I'm not doing it right now because this is all going to come back apart and I'm going to clean everything up. But what I would do is I'd pull this apart and I'd put a little bit of dielectric grease in all the connectors and put it back together that way. Okay? Now I'm going to do that. I'm going to finish off the comparison between the 2 lights. Okay? So this is the light right here for the the MT1 and the kv75. Okay? And then I'm going to show you the G3 light. G3 light, same wiring, same connectors, same color pattern. Everything is literally the same on these. It's crazy. It's just that simple to do one of these conversions if you didn't have, or you couldn't find that headlight. I'm putting this bike back to the way it should be, so I want to use all the factory parts and pieces. But if you're really just looking to get out there and ride, and you're not really all that concerned about a little petty thing like a light, well then you can go ahead and definitely change it up a bit and use the G3 light. Okay. Alright, so now I got my, show you what I'm doing now. So I'm going to put the light into the bucket. Probably going to expand you guys up a little bit. Bear with me. I'm my own cameraman, you know what I mean? So. Alright, good. Alright, I'll shrink you guys down a little bit. Yep, nice, okay. So then you get your wires right here. The black wire is for your ignition. You have your, and these wires right here go up to your headlight. So, there is a harness that I have. I have to put it together. I did get the harness for this bike. I just haven't got to put that together yet. So now we're going to install the headlight itself into the bike. We're just going to plug the wiring in that goes to it in the way it goes in. Okay, so we have the red with the yellow, which is going to go to the red with the yellow. And all these wires also match up to the wiring is the same as the G3. That's the green for the ground. That's going to look to the black. And then your black and red go up to one side of the black and red. Doesn't really matter which side it goes up to. Alright, cool beans. Then we're just gonna tuck it all in. Make sure the headlight is on there properly. Like so. And put the, sorry guys, and put the screw back inside of it. Wherever it came from. Hold on 1 second. And there you have it, sitting there with the factory style headlight. So the headlight is connected to the switch up top, and then we have to go right down the spine and do the wiring for that, which is at another time. Let's go check out the back of the bike, and we'll go from there. Okay, this is pretty cool, guys. Alright, so I'm going to do my next comparison. I gotta pick up my mess, I got a big mess. Alright, so now, let's expand you guys up a little bit. Now this is the factory rear shock on the bike. I'm not changing the factory rear shocks, but I wanted to give you guys an alternative, because this, have to understand, this mini bike was made for a child, okay, for a kid, an early teen, alright, which weighs a lot less than a full-size adult. So when an adult gets on a bike like this, they have a tendency to bend the shocks, if you will. If they ride them hard, which they should not do. But if they do, booey on them. So as an alternative, this is a G3 shock. I'm going to put it right up to it, and you can see the difference between the shocks. The factory one has less coils. And the it's not aftermarket, but it's a G3 Kawasaki, has more coils and can handle more weight. So you could pick these up right here online for like 40 bucks. So I wanted to share with you guys that and show you how that is. So it's a pretty cool alternative to the factory. Alright, let's get back here now. Now for this part of the project, I'm going to have to find a couple of bolts. So I'll be right back. Alright. I found what I've been looking for. Alright, so now we're going to mount up the tail light to this. See how that's going to look on there. All factory. And that's going to fit right on there like so. Just like that. So, I'm going to put the bolts. The ones down bottom should be threaded. And then the top one is going to need a nut and washer. Nut, bolt, and washer. Okay. Looks like they're all going to bolt right in with no issue, which is good. I love factory stuff. Okay. Alright, that looks really, really cool on there. Tell me that doesn't look cool. Look at that, guys, huh? That looks awesome. Put the wrench in back. Tighten up that top one. There we go. There. That looks pretty cool, huh, guys? Look at that. Now it's got a taillight assembly on it. And my friend sent me another cool thing for this bike. And the bike is not done yet, but I'm going to throw it on there just because it's awesome. Okay? Just because it looks cool. This is really, really neat. And once the bike is done, it'll officially get this. But for right now, I'm just going to toss it on there. Just because it's cool. Just going to set this on there. For now, how cool is that, guys, huh? Look at that. Nice old Kawasaki. So we are humming right along on this bike. I got the exhaust pieces, which I have to tie up the exhaust again. I had to untie the exhaust. So we're going to check and see how the baffles fit in this thing. I got to clean it all up, the exhaust, but I'm just going to toss it together for now, because we're still working on it. So we're going to end up going right through the entire thing. So I want to make sure I have all my parts and pieces, because we're going to restore this bike. We're going to go right through this whole entire bike. So I want to make sure that we're all complete. Alright, so I got the exhaust tied up for now. The baffle slide in the back. There's a baffle, and then there is a flame arrestor, is what they're calling it. Now these are going to have to be cleaned, but it's only the whole exhaust. The whole exhaust on the inside is dirty too. So we're going to do that another time. Okay, so this is called the baffle, and you can see how all the carbon buildup is on it. It does have the O-ring on it, which is good. Okay, there's a seal at the bottom here. And that's going to go in first with the bolt. Okay, so we're going to slide it into the back. Hopefully that'll fit without taking the muffler off. I think it tied it up too high. Yep. Might have to take the whole, might have to take it right off the bike. There we go. Alright, let's do it like this. We'll tie it up so it has a little bit of a leader to it, and we can maneuver it. Alright. Yep, that's going to fit in there perfectly, just like so. The muffler goes right in the back there, like so, like that. Give it ever so lightly a tap. Set the bolt in. Nope, not quite. See, it's just a hair off over here. That's what I'm working on right over here, guys. This bike sure is going to look good sitting right next to the KD80 in the lineup. We're going to sandblast the whole frame and paint it and do all that to it. We just want to get rid of, we want to get all the parts and pieces and all the little clips to it. And then this right here is the flame arrestor / tailpipe. And it's going to slip right in the back there. Just like so. Better get it where it fits and sits. And that, my friends, is the exhaust right there. So we got the tailpipe. Got that on. Looking pretty good. I think there might be an O-ring that has to go in there. I'm not 100% sure. I gotta look that up. There might be an O-ring on the back of that, but that's not bad.